opponent on this match. Introducing in the near corner, at the weight of 240 pounds from New York City, the New York Doll. The New York Doll. And his opponent in the opposite corner, at a weight of 225 pounds from Japan, welcome please, Tojo Yamamoto. Sound difficulty, and during that interim there, we had Mr. Cool the Angel. Mr. Cool the Angel. Well, I'll have to get used to that. Tojo Yamamoto and the New York Doll special challenge match here on Universal Championship Wrestling. New York Doll getting the best of Tojo at the moment, pounding that right hand to the side of the face. The New York Doll challenged Tojo Yamamoto in a single match, and the UWA promoters have decided to put it on television. And we have got a hot one going so far. The Angel, or better known as Mr. Cool the Angel, seconding the New York Doll, Mr. Cool the Angel.
Can you imagine? Listen at the crybabies. Listen at the crybabies. They can't stand it. Their man's getting beat up. This is my man, the New York Doll. New image, babies. This is what you're going to see from now on. Cry, Tojo, cry.
Word to the Angel, he is seconding the New York Doll in this match. Tojo Yamamoto is accompanied at ringside by Tommy Heggie, a longtime protege of Tojo and a very outstanding wrestler in his own right. Mr. Cool, the Angel, the new image. Tojo coming up with a chop. That caught the New York Doll. Tojo, when the tough gets going, the going gets tough, rather, the tough gets going, and Tojo Yamamoto is a tough one, but right now, the New York Doll has things going his way. Doll pounding at the side of the face of Tojo Yamamoto, where he is pounding at the ear and tearing at the left ear of Tojo. It has gotten very red. The ear becoming very, very red. Oh, boy, what a chop. Tojo coming back. Chop to the midsection. Gouging at the eyes, and we're seeing Tojo Yamamoto show some of that old Tojo style. Coming back on the New York Doll. Doll sneaking over towards Mr. Cool, the Angel, in the corner. Doll coming back now, pounding at Tojo. The Angel indicating that everything is cool. Looks like that the New York Doll may be using something on the side of the face of Tojo Yamamoto. Referee Bobby D checking with the New York Doll. The Doll going right after Tojo Yamamoto, continuing to work over that ear. Referee Bobby D trying to maintain order and control, but the New York Doll, who asked for this special challenge match, has taken the fight to Tojo Yamamoto. Tojo down in the corner, the Doll biting at that ear. As you see the overhead view from above here at our wrestling television arena, Tojo Yamamoto in the middle.
He was the toughest ones around. Come on, baby.
Tojo backed into the corner. That's a dangerous place to have Tojo, because he'll come back with instinct throwing those chops. Tojo kicking to the midsection of the New York Doll. Doll now being raked by Tojo. Tojo going and raking across the face. Tojo Yamamoto Yamamoto going after the New York Doll with instinct. The Angel got up, or Mr. Cool, the Angel, got up and may have slipped something again into the hands of the New York Doll. The Doll working him over.
Everything's cool, baby. Everything's cool.
You can hear the words of Mr. Cool, the Angel, in the background. Tojo in some trouble again as the New York Doll continues to pound on him. Referee Bobby D warning the Angel, or warning the New York Doll, now warning the Angel about sitting down in the corner. Tommy Heggie has been violently complaining, vehemently complaining in the corner that the New York Doll is using some illegal tactics. And he continues to work over that left ear of Tojo Yamamoto. This match, one fall with a 15-minute time limit. And if you're just joining us, this is a special challenge match. Oh, boy! Tojo came pounding back. Doll going after Tojo again. Tojo has taken a beating thus far in the match. He has been worked over by the Doll.
New York Doll there now, don't you? A brand new one.
The words of the Angel. Now Bobby D got the ball. Oh, look here. He caught him with something.
What do you mean they're stopping the match? Tojo can't take no more. That's what it is.
Well, you're halfway right. The referee stops the match. He caught the New York Doll with something on his hand, in his hand, and he is disqualified.
Tojo new image, that's right. Tojo couldn't take no more pain and they stopped the match.
Well, there's the decision by referee Bobby D. Tojo Yamamoto being worked over by a foreign object, and the referee caught it. He caught the Angel using it, or caught the New York Doll using it.
It's not our fault they stopped the match because the punk can't take it.
The complaints of the New York Doll and the Angel, or better known as Mr. Cool now, had something. Thank you, Bobby. We appreciate the decision on that one. Tojo Yamamoto awarded the match by the use of an illegal object in the ring by the New York Doll. It was discovered by referee Bobby D, causing the disqualification, so the fall of the match go to Tojo Yamamoto. So Tojo gets the victory in that one. That's first challenge match. We've got another big one coming up, a very special challenge match between the Angel and Tommy Heggie. That'll come up next. We'll be back after this message. See Joe and Mr. Gorgeous George Jr. are taking on Mr. Wrestling in Tullahoma Friday night.
Well, I'll bet you there'll be a big lineup to pick up those tickets early so those rednecks can save that dollar bill. But that's okay, too, because professional wrestling is coming to Tullahoma, bringing the greatest wrestling stars in the wrestling profession today. None other than Gypsy, Joe, and the gorgeous one for sure. Mr. Wrestling, all big-time professional wrestlers, and we're going to put some class back into your little one-horse city, Tullahoma. Where's that located at anyway, Gypsy?
Somewhere down the road.
Working on it, guys. Working on it. Da, 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 da.
I'll keep talking about the wonderful IWAR results. Let's see the scores. Oh, shit! Shit! You guys remember the Tourette's guy? Which one? The guy who was known as Tourette's guy.
I don't know anyone with Tourette's. Can anyone hear me, by the way? Yeah, okay, so do you hear Matt at all? That's the next question. What about now? Matt, say something.
I'm saying something. Something. Now we're hearing you.
Matt
I
sounds
feel like I'm underwater. Could be you. Probably is you.
So Matt sounds... You can hear me good, but Matt sounds like garbage. Okay, that's fair.
Perfect.
That's about right.
I don't really contribute anyway, so...
Hold on. Say something now.
Something now, yeah, something now.
So, do you guys hear Matt? Okay.
I can give you my Paul Stanley impersonation. I was at a Kiss concert, and he stopped, and it was right before July 4th, and he goes, "Hey, everybody, I want you all to go down and get your flags and patriotic gifts at Walmart." I said he stopped the show to do a Walmart ad.
We're gonna go ahead and mute you again, Matt. So there you go.
Von Snuff sucks. Von Snuff 3 cycles in a row is U.S. six-man champion. Thank you very much.
He's still muffled. Unreal. He was better a second ago.
I was better when I was doing my Paul Stanley.
All right, let me keep on getting him to go. All right.
How's that? Better?
Keep on talking. Keep on talking. Keep on talking until I get a response from these guys.
Guess who the guy was who thought, boy, there's no way 22 drops, so I'm going to stick with 1. Shit. That was me. If only there was some way to know if I sounded better now. For tonight's huge news. Multi-part, massive news coming.
Bum, bum, bum.
That's right. Ski.
Are you guys hearing anything other than me right now? Okay.
Hey, what about Ryan? Did they hear Ryan?
I'm not touching anything. The only thing I'm touching is myself. So
Get that thing out of the way.
So
Don't touch anything.
I'm not touching anything right now. So
Stop touching me! Stop touching me!
I have no idea what he sounds like that. I'm kind of curious to see what it sounds like, to be honest. Hold on 1 second. Oh, you can hear Matt good now. Okay, good. I'm not going to touch anything. We're going to move forward.
All right.
This show's nothing less, you can't have an IWAR Tubecast without having audio issues. It's not my fault. It's kind of my fault.
I know, right?
It's kind of my
Pretty
fault.
much is.
It's kind of my fault. Yes. I understand. So welcome to the latest edition of the IWAR Network Tubecast. I'm your host, Alex G. And with me this evening, we have good old Matt Riley, and we have our pal, Ryan Patrick. What's going on tonight, gentlemen?
Oh, a lot and nothing.
Okay.
So I've been out all day.
I'm going to end the stream right now. Okay.
That was it. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Yes, it is. All right. So,
Matt's refusing to be on camera this episode.
No, it's not my fault.
Well, don't have a potato. I don't know what to tell you.
No, it's not my end.
I don't see you at all. I don't see you on Skype.
How about now?
Ah! No, sorry. Nope, nothing. Oh, here, wait. You're coming. You're coming. That's not what I meant. Kind of what I meant.
Sicko.
All right, guys. So this is the September cycle in review. But I guess we'll start off with some sad news. Our good pal, Tim Clark, has passed away. I didn't get to spend too much time with him, but he was always a good dude to me. Nice guy. Great IWA player. and it's gone too soon for sure.
Yeah, I got the message. Actually, it was in the morning because Jason had sent me a message or post something about like 2, 3 in the morning. You know, and he's West Coast, so you know, for us, we were in bed. And first thing I did is went right to Tim's page and started looking and reading people's posts, and I was like, oh no, this isn't like not a mistake. And I always feel like I grew up with a lot of death when I was young. I had 4 kids in my senior year died. So, and then like Frank Morano, who was the first player to really teach me how to play the game early on. He died at 24. I was 17, and that still seems so weird to me. And you never expect things to happen, and it's just sad because like you just don't expect this to happen. Not like this. I mean, there have been players in the past. I remember like David Welker passed away, and like I knew David Welker as a player. I didn't know him as a person. Anthony Ibrahim died, and I knew him as a player, but not as a person. I know in the past there have been other guys who passed away, and some people are like, oh man, But
I think with the advent of social media, we're actually getting to know each other more, and I think we're probably a tighter knit group, to be honest, because we can talk every day.
Right, and I will tell you too is one thing in the early days of my videos when Darren might remember this, when I tried to host the workshops on Zoom, we spent like 15 minutes just like talking back and forth, just shooting the shit. And Darren and Tim were 2 of the guys who were always on those shows. So what I've done is in the IWAR, I made a mention of this as well, and I know I looked at the BBL and I saw that Rob did too. And this is more or less what I'd like to do is the next hour issue, I'd like to be able to send us, kind of their thoughts. If they want to share anything, it's fine. It's everyone's different. But I want you to feel free to if you want to say something, it'll be a nice way to remember Tim. And I'm going to put together kind of a Tim performance-wise in the IWAR because he was one of the better managers. I mean, he won not 1, not 2, but 3 Johnny B Cups in a row. Yeah. Which, when you think of that's the toughest event we run, pretty much, because you have to be good for like 7 cycles, and he did it 3 years in a row. Yeah. And he beat me too.
Mr. All or Nothing. He's all in, buddy. Every cycle.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. So, if you guys want to talk about that in the next issue, you can email me, contact me. Get something going. So, we want to get this off the top of the show and just talk about it. If you guys want to chime in here, it's fine too. But we do have a lot going on. Big show tonight. Lots of big news. Somehow, Luther Alexander has returned.
He did. Son of a bitch. If you guys notice at the beginning of the show, you see Luther's new theme song. So that's written by Johnny B himself. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Speaking of Johnny B, do you have your Johnny B trivia handy?
I do. Hold on. Let me pull it up here. Okay. So, IWAR trivia for episode 176 from Johnny B. Jr. And he wants to start tonight's trivia by observing a moment of silence in remembrance of the recently departed manager Tim Clark. He created a very entertaining cast of characters during his years with us and was a major contributor to many leagues and as an involved player and often as a commissioner as well. On the competition side, he frequently enjoyed success both in league and game-wide. Kim stated that he was one of the nicest people she's ever exchanged emails with, and I'm sure her opinion is shared by all who ever chatted with him. Tim, thank you for being a wonderful part of the community.
Here.
Yeah, you're here. All right, so the beginning of the previous episode confused me for a bit because Matt's microphone was live while he was preparing for the show. I thought it was a mistake until the intentional All-Star Wrestling clip started airing, which also featured behind-the-scenes audio. Well played, Alex. Alex wondered why the copyright notice in some of our advertising during the 90s bore the initials ISC. Oh, here we go. All right. Johnny B. Jr. In the IWA's early years, my father, the original Johnny B., took on an investor to expand his fledgling business. He met the man while searching for office space to rent and discovered the man's son was one of his former Latin students, since the long-term viability of the IWA was still very much in question, and at that point, OG JB was constantly trying to launch play-by-mail games in other genres. So he decided to call the venture Worlds Unlimited to avoid boxing himself in. He ended up bringing a friend who was also a fellow ex-teacher on board to help develop titles, and speaking of boxing, that was one of the sports born of their partnership. Once it became clear the sports-themed games were going to be our biggest draw, the three men rebranded the company into Imaginary Sports Competition. There you go.
Oh, okay.
A name I was never fond of, where all the sports competing against one another. Isn't the term sports basically a synonym for competition? At any rate, the uninspired ISC logo I fashioned under protest found its way onto the materials in the sign-up packets we sold at comic book stores and other retail locations. We even had a toll-free phone number for potential customers to call and learn more, since the long-term viability of the internet was still very much in question at that point. As time went on, the non-wrestling creations began to fall by the wayside, until only the mighty IWA remained, and my father eventually bought out the investor shares of the company and returned using the name Worlds Unlimited Incorporated. Well, there you have it. Now we know what ISC meant.
Yep.
Long time question there. All right.
Deep cut,
yeah.
Did you ever do any of those?
I did a bunch.
I did basketball.
I did boxing.
I did boxing, basketball, hockey, baseball, football. I'm a sports nerd, and it was fun because I remember one of the teams was like, it was all the guys that play, Frank Snow was a wide receiver and Scott was a running back or something like that. It was fun because it was a way to see your friends or whatever in the game. I had no idea how it worked. I was building a NASCAR game for the IWA before it got the plug pulled on it, but that was going to be a thing where you'd pick, like, you put your points into your crew, your equipment, your engine, your tire, like, it's kind of like, instead of holds, you would hit like parts of the car. But,
you could do that in the late 90s as a Fast and Furious game.
yeah, put all your points in family. All right, Darren asked via the chat box, how many kids were in Johnny B's family? I know he's talked about this before. I think he said 30. So here's the real answer. Johnny B. Jr. Alex was pretty sure there were 9 of us, and likened the Willowbrook Brunings to the Staten Island Wu-Tang Clan. Matt seemed to recall an incident in which I stated that my parents had 15 children, and compared our household to a scene from Oliver Twist. Alex countered with living conditions in the TV comedy drama 8 is Enough, which both he and Matt viewed in their youth, despite the simultaneous unwelcome presence of Willie Adams and the unbearable absence of Heather Thomas. Sorry. Unbearable absence of Heather Thomas. Okay.
Dick Van Patten! Sorry.
Name that movie. It was mentioned a mere 3 episodes. It's obvious that Heather is the real reason to watch it because the producers felt confident enough to use the final moment of the film as the final moment in the trailer. Heather Thomas.
Yes.
Heather Thomas.
Smoke show.
8 is Enough?
Probably, yeah. Johnny B's never wrong. Don't you understand this?
I have to look it up on my phone. All right, but getting back to Darren's question, there are 14 children in one of my uncle's families, but I am one of only 10. And for the record, 8 is more than enough. Wow. Yeah. All right, Heather Thomas. This is gonna bug me. All right, what is one wrestler's name the Tubecast host can never seem to pronounce correctly despite JB's best efforts? We know what this is gonna be. Johnny B. Jr. says, Nook the secret weapon name is intended to rhyme with the book or IWAR resident strategy guru Michael Cook. Few, if any, would ever take IWA hold advice from someone named Mike Cook. Nook may well be a secret weapon, but the correct pronunciation of the name doesn't have to be. I'll close this time with an honest to goodness IWA-related query. Goodness me, manager Dan Heyman asked, oh, here we go. What does the IWA use for tiebreakers in Battle Royals? I told you he listens. That's why I don't do better. Johnny B, damn you. Johnny B. Jr. says, after adding up the values of the holes in the 8 randomly predetermined locations in which each entrance strategy, our system calculates their point flow for the purpose of breaking ties, which means it compares the total of all 15 holds. then the total of their 14 holds, then 13, etc. If even using point flow proves insufficient, one of the wrestlers in the deadlock is awarded prize at random in an attempt to simulate the unpredictable nature of real-life battle royals. There's that.
There it is.
Yeah. I've said before, he listens to the strategy workshop, and I think it'd be entertaining if one day they just like tape themselves listening to the workshop. They're probably cackling and like pouring beer, like, "Oh, those idiots!"
Let me do the opposite of that.
That's the cycle. I was like, okay, I'm either gonna go 1-8, 1-5, and 146, or 22, blah blah blah. And I was like, nah, man, 22 is not due. Damn it! I'm okay. So let's see here. Any Johnny B always listens. All right. Heather Thomas. All right. So Alex, that's our Q&A for this week.
I dig that. So again, if you have any questions for Johnny B, just put them in the chat box. He will answer those. Still refuses to ask my question if it's boxers or briefs. I'll ask on every episode until he answers the question. Apparently I can't. Apparently I can't handle the truth. So I don't know.
Heather Thomas's movie, The Fall Guy. Is he name of that?
No, she's in The Fall Guy with Lee Majors. She wasn't in Ain't It Enough, but she was in Zapped with Willie Ames, and that's what the reference is from.
Zapped.
She was also in BJ and the Bear, and she had one episode of T.J. Hooker.
T.J. Hooker.
But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she was a kind of mainstay on Battle of the Network Stars.
Yes.
With Gabe Kaplan always winning everything.
Yeah.
She was in Co-Ed Fever.
We should start banning that everybody from listening to the Tubecast or for the workshop. Or make them listen to it afterwards and be like, "You idiots." Is that Eddie Gilbert?
Probably. I'm not watching it, so yes, it is Eddie Gilbert.
Okay. All right. There it is. As always, if any of you have questions for Johnny B and the IWA, throw them on the show here in the chat window. Send them to us. We'll ask him, and we'll try to get it answered. And that's how it is.
Johnny B, does your local Dairy Queen serve Orange Julius? That's the big question. That's the big question.
I just Googled Orange Julius near me.
We don't have them in New York, so.
All the surviving ones were rebranded in 1998 into Dairy Queens.
Yeah.
But do they make the Orange Julius? I just want the drink.
Yeah, so some of them have it, some of them don't. So the Dairy Queens in New York don't have them. Apparently, the ones in Canada do. Because when I was in Niagara Falls, I had it. And when I was in Tampa, they had it, in Florida. But New York does not sell the Orange Julius. I guess it's banned in New York State, apparently. So I wonder, our good friends over in Ohio, they have the Orange Julius or not. Can only hope, though. Can only hope.
Yeah.
So where do we want to start? You want to start with BRL?
Sure. Okay. Well, all right. BRL. This is BRL number 625.
God damn.
League champion, winning 25 in IWA credit, Frandel Warpslayer. Your Battle Royal winner, also winning $25 in IWA credit, your everyday hero, Oliver Livingston. Our tag champions, El Grandioso and Hillbilly Hoodoo, Docs Holland. BRL TV tag champions, Brendan McFlaherty and Punk Rock Mike. The six-man champions, the Polar Circle, Tiny Georgian, Crusher Kuntila, and Loblo Blethamnaki. And the six-man champions, Wilda Kleinsteiner, Brendan McFlaherty, and Punk Rock Mike. All right, so TV champion, Punk Rock Mike. He bounced back after losing that global championship to LePage Turner. Tough. Central Plains champion, Hillbilly Kevin. East Coast champion, Uncle Randy. Great Lakes champion Nightingale D'Artagnan Boulderfist. Middle Atlantic champion El Grandioso. Northeast champion Squeakums the Clown. Pacific Northwest champion Your Everyday Hero Oliver Livingston. Rocky Mountain champion Tiny Jorgen. Southeast champion Dynasty Mannequin number 3. Southwest champion Hillbilly Voodoo Dogs Holland. And West Coast champion Decapitator. And a big cycle for Dynasty. Lots of gold for those guys. I'll just quickly look and see. And this is the cycle. Autumn Anarchy was in the issue, so you can check that out. And see one. Let's see here. There were 165 cards. Well done, folks. Check all the results. I won't go over all the results. Go read it if you haven't read it already. I know I sent you guys stuff early. I didn't put the whole preview for the next card in, so that'll be this issue. And Alex digs that.
I sure do.
Why don't you do WTL so we can have Ryan talk about things?
Sure.
This big, huge news.
All right, WTL Western Trails, cycle 99, almost 100 cycles. Western Frontier champion, a guy that I like, Black Jack Robertson.
Son of a bitch.
He had a
500.
500, yeah. Lone Stars, a guy I do not like, Senior Lucha.
Yes.
Central Plains, William H. Bonney. Mexico champion, Levi Wrangler. Dodge City champion, The Overtaker. Tombstone champion, Doc Holliday. Prairie View champion, Arnai Shiesty. Widowmaker champion, Wee TP. Badlands champion, Lone Ranger. Cripple Creek champion, Shanks Wilson. Southwest champion, Arkansas Dave Rudabaugh. Chisholm Trail champion, Texas Jesse Tombstone. Western Frontier Tag Team Champions, Mystic Angel and Fallen Angel. Lone Star Tag Team Champions, Nasty Neil O'Donnell and Touchdown Tommy Maddox. Western Frontier Six-Man Champion, Shanks Wilson, Cell Block Charlie, and Shackles Malone. Lone Star Six-Man Champion, Steve Boston, Lone Ranger Nightport. And the Bunkhouse Brawl winner, Arkansas Dave Rudabaugh. This cycle we have basically the first cycle of the surprise champion of Senior Lucha coming out of nowhere to win the Western Trails Heavyweight title match last cycle at Range Wars. That was the Regulators won the Texas Tornado Tag Team Champions and apparently ended the careers of Rags to Riches. What else we got going on here? Mr. Penny Nickel is back. He's been held hostage somewhere, but they just let him go for no reason. And somehow while in captivity, he did win titles. So he's trying to figure out how that's possible, but he was happy about it. We had something I would tell everybody if you just want to take a second and come in and read it. There was an attack on the group Cahoots, which I thought was very funny. It was
Brilliant. Brilliant.
I was insulted. Boo.
And then you've got Cahoots reforming with their new tag team, and they just met. It seems like they just met their leader, Senior Lucha.
And he went out and he asked for them to find wild Indians,
and that's what they got. Not quite what I was expecting. The Western Trails League.
That's right.
And that is what is the update for Cycle 99 of Western Trails League.
There you go.
I dig it.
Do we want to share news?
You want me to share the news?
Sure. Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
Hold on, I got to answer my pager. Hold on.
I told Matt in the beginning I would fill in from like January till April with the Western Trails as the commish. We've gone a little longer than that, and I will be stepping down. I'll talk to Matt about a timeline on that probably after the show. Trying not to leave it high and dry, but I don't intend on doing too much more. Obviously, I'll do this cycle. So he's talked about a plan and hopefully getting a plan in place to reach out to some people maybe and to pick up where I've left off. I believe that's going to be the plan. And then my other big news is in January of 2025, I will be debuting All-American Championship Wrestling in the Gold Fed. It will be a 6-wrestler limit for sure. I'm still 50-50 on having the stable initials or not, like I did in the IWL. The two big things is I will bring my Triple Crown prize pool to that. That is if you win the league tag, the league 6-man, and have some kind of a TT all in the same cycle, you win the prize pool that normally starts off at 5 or 10 matches. And for every cycle that is not won, I personally put 5 more matches in, so it grows by 5. To start this league, it will start in cycle 2, and we're going to start off with 100 free matches instead of 5 or 10. And we'll go from there. So if you can win all that, you're going to start off with at least 100 free matches. And the other thing we're going to do different with this one is, I don't know what the IWA is going to call it. I'm calling it the IWA Commissioners Credit League.
Oh.
As far as I know, it's the first time this has been done. Same rules as the other credit leagues for the most part. It's if we hit 50 cards, it's $1 for, I believe, every 3 cards and $1 for every 4 Battle Royal entries. And normally the league champion would get that total credit. What we're going to do in this one is every cycle that we hit those goals, the credit is going to add together with the previous cycle. So if we start off with cycle 1, 2, 3, 4, and even cycle 5 with the first pay-per-view, all that credit gets added together. So if we were to do $30, that'd be $150 goes into the pay-per-view. And if you leave the pay-per-view as one of the commissioners' champions, you split that IWA credit. So, and that again is based on number one contenders will be based off trash talk. Will be contest available to everybody. If you win a contest and haven't been TTing, you'll not be eligible for it. So it's still to win both those big prizes, the Triple Crown prize pool or the commissioner's credit. You'll have to be active in the trash talk. But as far as I know, this hasn't been done before. Taking the league credit every single cycle, adding up into a bigger prize, and splitting it among the champions. They come out of each of the pay-per-views, and then we'll have 4 pay-per-views a year. So that comes to us, All-American Championship Wrestling, in January of 2025 in the Gold Fed.
But wait, there's more.
There is?
Yes.
Well, feel free to let me in.
Well, this league will be part of the IWAR network.
I haven't even filled out the application yet. Wow.
And yeah, we fast-tracked you. And this league will be part of the IWAR draft.
Look how fast this is moving.
That's right. And there's more. Part of our process here, we have the best of the best series every few cycles, and we have right now it's the 4 commissioner champions plus a top trash talker from each league.
Fuck.
So what I was thinking was I'd like to get it a little closer to like the good old days, where each representative who battles for a chance to challenge for the IWAR championship is in fact a league commissioner champion. Now the top champion. So what we're looking to do is we need a couple things to happen. One, we have to figure out either if the WTL will get a new commissioner. Is there somebody out there interested in that position? Contact me and let us know. 2, if we keep the WTL and it's, stays in house, someone steps in and takes it over, and yada yada. Do we add a league into the IWAR? Because adding the ACW will add, we need to even out the mix, so to speak. And then if we do that, that league will be part of the draft as well. So there's a lot of things that have to happen in the next couple of weeks. I'm in DC next week, so I'll be a little bit out of the loop. So this will give us time to kind of think things through, but if we do expand the IWAR and do it right, we will probably be driving the poor folks at the IWA insane every third Tuesday.
I already do.
That's right.
Yeah, I didn't help it with this announcement either. So,
an announcement so big, Johnny B hid it from the other people. Just picture like, what are you listening to? It's Kim with a shovel, takes the backyard. She knows too much.
Damn it! He's like, God damn it! Another gold league. I want a raise.
Not just any gold league, an IWAR Network gold league.
It is the standard of excellence.
So, one thing I want to add one more thing to it before.
Yeah.
So if you take that total for the champions thing, if you take the total credit, I'm just going to divide it up. I said there's 100 and I think I know if I said this or not. There's like $160 in credit. It will be divided up evenly among the top like the singles champion and the tag team champions. I don't know. I've always liked tag team, so we're going to treat it as equal. So it's 50-50. If at any point, even very early, we add on a secondary singles or a trios, instead of being 50-50, it's going to go 40-40, then 10 and 10. So if all the champions will get some kind of a credit leaving those pay-per-views. So
nice.
That's the news.
There it is.
There it is. All right. I dig it. Alrighty. Next up, Continental Wrestling League number 327. League champion, Thrash. TV champion, Norman the Loon Kevkis. United States champion, Borg Genesis. Yukon champion, Das Washishashishik. Boombaye.
Yep.
Caribbean champion, Double D Christoph. Welcome to CWL, buddy. Amazon Basin champion, the Major Benny Factor. British Isles champion, Reese Rutledge. Arabian champion, Midnight Scorpion. South African champion, This Is How We Do It. Siberian champions, Doug's big blind brother Craig. Always cracks me up. East Asian champion, single Dorito inside of a bag of Chun Chips. Oceanic champion, Thomas T.D. Banks. League tag team champions, Matt and Nick Jackson. Where is Tito? He recently passed away. I'm upset. TV tag team champions, Johnny the Wrench Morello and Vincent Torrio. League six-man champions winning 5 free matches. Sharp Tongue Colonel Angus, High Speed Chase Driver, and Morning Person Early Riser. TV six-man champion, the Major Benny Factor, Nature Boy Phil Landers, and the Genuine Artificial. And your Battle Royal winner, winning 25 free CWL matches.
Nice.
Son of a bitch. The Major Benny Factor.
Rigged.
So I'm happy to say that the CWL has 116 cards this cycle. So great job. I wonder what the record is for that league, to be honest. I don't know it.
Oh.
I'm sure Johnny B will tell me. We're going to have Nuclear Fallout, which is going to be the next pay-per-view for the CWL. Main event's going to be late night Logan Kane taking on the Chameleon. So be on the lookout for that. And take a gander at Luther's 14-page trash talk this cycle. Not the most I've done, but it's up there. So
did you want me to have translate what Lucha said?
If you want, yeah. I mean,
apparently Senor Lucha was reached for comment upon the return of Luther Alexander, and he had to say, Luther shouldn't be in the wrestling ring. He should be in prison. He has done things to me that would be considered a war crime. It's something out of a madman's nightmare. I will have my revenge for what I am, Lord Lucha.
There it is.
There you go.
There it is. There's also some comments about with Terrible Ted makes an appearance. Vladimir Putin. Johnny B, myself, I'm actually featured in my own TT for once. Lance Catamaran, Roman Reigns, who finally admits that he's better than Luther is better than Roman Reigns. So just keep that in mind. Todd Bridges and George Plimpton all comment on the return of Luther Alexander. Also, there is a essay by O.J. Simpson before he passed away. He wrote this about Luther, so take a gander at that as well. Just more shenanigans and tomfoolery, and I'm gonna make a challenge to my good friends over at the CWL to get involved, and make sure that you're commenting on everything, because my biggest criticism on the current crop of players is what I've noticed, and again, it's constructive criticism, is that everyone tends to work their angles and their feuds. They're all kind of siloed and they're in a bubble and they don't really affect anything else. And these leagues are kind of it's a lived-in world. So if someone gets sneak attacked, like there should be people breaking it up or people in the background like using the bathroom and that kind of stuff. It should be a shared universe, much like the MCU, perhaps, as an example. Things affect other things. So, I usually use my inspiration for stuff if I'm watching old episodes of WCW, like the Jim Crockett era, where like Dusty Rhodes comes on the mic and he talks about not only his feud with Ric Flair, but he's talking about Nikita. He's talking what's going on with Magnum. What's Barry Windham doing? Like that kind of stuff. Because again, everyone's gonna have an opinion on stuff. So if the Demolition Crew beats the hell out of Millennial Reign, like someone should have a comment somewhere about it, or someone should be upset because you guys are all together, kind of grouped together. So I'm going to help trying to facilitate that process the best I can. And Luther always casts a wide net anyway. He tends to feud with multiple people at the same time anyway, as a general rule. But we'll see how it goes. So I hope everyone's excited to see me back and my shenanigans. I'm sure Johnny B and Kim are like, oh crap.
Yes.
I'm very much there. I'm very much Dennis the Menace to their Mr. Wilson. So I think that's a good analogy. All right. So next up, you want to do IWL?
Sure. Me or Ryan?
Whoever.
Well, it depends. Did I win anything?
A hearty handshake.
I did. Yeah.
Want the affection of millions.
Yeah, I'll take this one.
There.
All right. IWL 197, League Champion Friend Zone, Frederick Goodfellow. Television Champion Father Arturo Bartolo. New York City, Baddest American Wiper Charmin Clean Bottom.
What?
The name.
Los Angeles, Highlight the Night Johnny Vegas. Boston, Ravishing Rex Chambers. Detroit, Sinister Sean Brutal. Cleveland, Kid Justice. Dallas, Bill Bonecutter. Memphis, Magnifico Astro. Miami, for I believe the fourth cycle in a row, Alex Arriba Armas. San Francisco, Alec Von Snop. Chicago, Davey Blossom. League Tag Team Champions, Americano Hank Henkel and Americano Buddy. Is it Donner or Donor? Donner? It's Donner for right now.
That's fair.
TV Tag Team Champions, Texas Jesse Tombstone and Blackjack Robertson. League Six-Man Champions for maybe the 35th cycle in a row, Suhu Pai, Windsor, Detroit, and On Point, Edward Port Huron. TV Six-Man Champions, the Von Snops, and Battle Royal, Chase Grace. And I thought it was a pay-per-view this cycle, but it's not anything in here. So I got nothing.
That's fair.
Well, I know Derek had some computer issues this morning.
He did. So that might be delayed. Everyone should probably back up their stuff. I don't do it either, and I lost everything I've done IWO related since I started. So I recently just lost it all. So I feel his pain.
I should probably do that. I still have literally I still keep track of everything title wise in the IWL from the time it started. I still do it, like, as soon as it comes out, put it in the spreadsheet.
I had a hard drive failure, so. And when you have like 72 terabytes of hard drive and it's full, bad things happen.
Right.
Yeah. I want to try to play another wrestling. I think the ECW show's over. So hold on 1 second, guys. You might hear some audio. It's okay. I'm going to shut it off in a second. Oh, shit. Maybe not, because I don't see it playing. Okay. Good enough. All right. So we are back because I don't see anything playing. So I don't hear any sounds. So we're good. Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. So next up would be Black Willow League, wouldn't it?
All right.
All right.
Number 42. The champion is Bandita. The TV champion is Supreme Court Justice. The Battle Royal winner, also the Supreme Court Justice. Japan Idol champion, Mother D. Joshi champion, Huntness. Zenzo champion, Joya Pyro. Luchadores champion, Sensational, Sydney Renard. Cholitas champion, Rachel Van Dorn. Bellatrix champion, Gold Digger, Gina Colada. About time. The Mascara champion, Queen of the Ring, Area Gunpowder. Hollywood champion, Betty the New. Sin City champion, Brenda Bring to Pain. And Willowick champion, Rudy Groove. And as a little bonus here, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know the results of the pay-per-view, here they are. So this was the Queen's Web pay-per-view. And in the main event, Aria Gunpowder defeated Betty the New 495-492 to win the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament and essentially retain that title. There you go. So one more year of Queen Aria. Rachel Van Dorn defeated Meat Train to win the women's championship, IWAR Women's Championship. There it is. Gina Colada and Betty the New defeated Wildfire Betty Red and Jane Red to retain the IWAR Women's Tag Team Championship. And then Wicked Spider Erica Phobia defeated Rachel Yamazaki and Jersey Jen Grapevine to retain the triple threat title. Betty the New defeated Francine Bonafugli to win the global title. Supreme Court Justice defeated Barb Dwyer. Aria Gunpowder defeated Wildfire Betty Red in a cage match, because why not? Sarah B. Money defeated Penny Punk to advance the triple threat match. And Huntress defeated Spitfire Jeannie Briggs to advance in the triple threat match. Mother D won the number one contenders global gauntlet match. So she defeated a whole lot of people with a $4.99, so hard to stop her. That's cool, a little cool setup there. And Bandita and Rudy Groove defeated Addison Killswitch and Joya Pyro to win the number one contenders match, so they will challenge for the IWAR Women's Tag Team titles. So, there you have it. That's the BWL pay-per-view. I will say, BWL-wise, I have not read all the promos yet, but I will say this. There is a special, very special trash talk from some BRL stars who did a very special promo in the BWL. So please read that and then get back to them with your answer. So that's what is happening there.
I dig it. I dig that. All right, so I'll do the NWL.
Sure.
National Wrestling League number 224. League champion Diamond and Dylan Drake. TV champion the reprobate Lanny Teague. Central Plains champion Starlight. East Coast champion Hypnotic. Great Lakes champion Swamp Sock Jr. Mid-Atlantic champion Blitzkrieg. Northeast champion Kamikaze. Get a theme there a little bit. Pacific Northwest champion El Luchador Americano, or the American Wrestler, if you want to translate that.
Yes.
Yes. Rocky Mountain champion Arcane. Southeast champion Sid. R.I.P. Sid Vicious, by the way. Southwest champion Blackheart Bobby Bishop. West Coast champion Scapegoat. League Tag Team Champions winning another 5 free matches, Hypnotic and Blitzkrieg. TV Tag Team Champions, Diamond, Dylan Drake, and the Blackheart, Bobby Bishop. League 6-Man Champions, Hypnotic, Kamikaze, and Blitzkrieg. TV 6-Man Champions, Starlight, Swamp Sock Jr., and Chainsaw Headley. Battle Royal winner, Swamp Sock Jr. So battle's going down in NWL.
You asked me for it. I don't know. Yeah.
Stuff. Is there a pay-per-view coming up, hopefully?
NWL? A lot of stuff going on. Well, I will say we have some new wrestlers, so welcome to Dahlia Lynn. And I want to say, happy to see some of the guys staying around, getting better. Keep those matches coming. And as far as what's going on,
Meow.
and my cat's like, what the hell, dude? Go to bed. We have Battleground. That's December. So we're working our way towards that. And Kamikaze versus Rusty Change versus winner of the Wilwick Classic. So we'll see how that goes. But right now we're looking at we're looking at a lot of new faces kind of making their way now, so they're getting better. We have some people graduating. Greggy Money just left. So you see a lot of recent graduates. And like I was saying before, with the upcoming changes to the IWAR, we'll be expanding the draft. So that'll include the new ACW. It could exclude a league, or could include, that's right, another league. So we'll see.
Okay.
But lots of good work. I mean, I haven't read the NWLTT yet, but I'm looking forward to it because it's always really pretty good. So.
All right, fantastic. Do we have any ones left? We're going to go to IWAR wide.
I've got to go through the results. I will tell you that the best of the best came down to a score of 493 versus 492, and Flashy Jack defeated Suyu Pai, so he will earn a shot. And Double R Rob Ratliff has had the IWAR World Championship for quite a while now. Let's see here. He has had it for 1, 2, 3, 4. This is his 4th defense, so he's had it for about a year now. And he faces Mike Mason next.
Son of a bitch.
Yep, Mike freaking Mason. So that's all I have here for now.
Oh, for now. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So, does anyone have any questions before we depart for the evening? Questions, comments, concerns?
I would say if anyone's going to be at the AEW Collision Show in Springfield this Saturday, let me know. We can meet up and have a mini IWAR con.
Oh, yes. I will most likely be heading to Saturday's main event at the Nassau Coliseum on, I believe it's December 14th. So I'll be there. I have no choice. It's Saturday's main event. So I guess to get a little background, I guess the reason why they're relaunching it at the Nassau Coliseum, because that's the birthplace of Saturday's main event. It was where the first one took place. Yeah. So I think they're relaunching it there for a reason, because they don't really come. If they're going to come to this area, they're going to come to either the Barclays or they'll do the USB Arena here. So
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Brad mentioned the specialty championships from the report.
Yep.
So we can talk about that.
Yep.
So let's see it pop up here. So the ambulance champion was Play-by-Mail Besties. The Buried Alive champion from the NWL Kamikaze, managed by Jimmy Jensen. Circle of Fear champion Mike freaking Mason. There he is again.
God damn it.
Bad Penny. Electric Cage champion, Wilda Kleinsteiner. Elimination Chamber, Hothead Boyle from the HRL. Extreme Rules champion, Persona Idol Mask, STL, Starship Leagues. First Blood champion, Scapegoat out of the NWL. Hangman's Horror champion, Agent 26 from the BRL. Hardcore champion, Rusty Chains from the NWL. Hell in a Cell champion, Rusty Chains from the NWL. I Quit champion, Frandel Warp Slayer from the BRL. Iron Man champ, Caregiver Prozac from the LVL. Judgment Day champion, Bandita from the BWL. Last Man Standing champion, Chainsaw Acevedo, JDL. Parking Lot Brawl champion, your everyday hero, Oliver Livingston from the BRL. Singapore Cane champion, Rusty Chains. Soul Survivor champion, Hillbilly Voodoo Docs Holland.
What the hell's a Soul Survivor champion?
Yes. That's the match you made. Or Ryan made,
Not
right?
mine, it's his.
Ryan,
Yeah.
Ryan, your match made it into the list. Which I will say this. I am kind of critical. I'm going to talk about the end here, some of the titles, but let me finish that first. So, Street Fight champion, Sinister Steve Stryker from the ASL. Tables, Ladders, and Chairs champion, El Grandioso from the BRL. And Texas Bull Road champion, Al Oof, the LPL. I will say this. I am happy the Soul Survivor champion is in there. I would rather see something like Circle of Fear go away and be replaced by Rumble in the Bronx.
It's fair.
Because that is a match that is an IWAR original. Alex's insane mind created that one. There you go.
That and the Russian death match.
Yes.
Yes, which takes place in a pool.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, Hangman's Horror, not a fan. I think sometimes I don't know who was like, for instance, Buried Alive, I'm a fan of, but I liked Casket, because I won Buried Alive once with Tatari, and it was actually perfect timing because the cycle he beat Archuleta Jr. He in a Buried Alive match, so it was fun. But Extreme Rules, Hardcore is already there. Judgment Day, I don't know.
Is there a coal miner's glove?
I'm telling you, glove on a pole match. Although nothing will beat the LWL time they had the personal massager on a pole match.
Yes.
That's one of the ones that got through the censors, and I was like, all right. There it is. Some of these I think it could be revised.
Updated.
You could have an IWA offices match. I saw one thing that was good. It was on the internet the other day, and it was that apparently they had a falls count somewhere match, and the idea is that only the referee knows where the fall will actually count anywhere in the building, and the referees have to figure it out. And I guess it was an Evil Uno match.
Okay.
So good for him for that kind of idea. But there's some matches here you can come up with, So, anyways, there could be Royal Rumble. There could be Elimination Chamber.
Trademark infringement.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, there's there. But, anyways, splitting hairs. I'm just bitter I didn't win a goddamn thing. not a one, not a sniff, not even a top 3 finish.
Can't win them all, buddy. Can't win them all.
Can't win some, apparently. Boy, Suck City. Population me. There it is. All right, so thank you, Brad, for reminding us of that. Are those matches in IWA yet listed? I actually was told, let me double check this. I was told that if you go, yes, if you go to the results tab, there is the actual bigger HTML version, which apparently shows, that's not the right one. Someone told me there was a list of all the people. Oh, here it is, sorry. So you can actually see each championship and how it broke down. So, for example, if I wanted to see who won the ambulance, like where my guy finished in the ambulance, which would not have been good probably. I'm looking at this list and it's like, so many names. But I could find out that my wrestler did apparently very shitty. Whoever had in this actual one. I think it was Fatty. Oh no, Total Package US Mail finished in 66th place. And that was out of 88 wrestlers. So interestingly enough, you can kind of see which wrestlers were most popular.
That's pretty cool.
So that's kind of, you see 86, 82, 79. I'm looking at the numbers.
Because I would use it as a gimmick. I'm like, I'm the 96th best wrestler in Hell in the Cell.
Yep, that's how it is. Oh man. Yeah, like overall most of like 60, 70, 80 entries. Like, what about the Prince of Darkness match or the Bra and Panties match? Why wasn't that one there? Why did you have the Bra and Panties matches there? No. Actually, the most popular entry of all of them, the most entries was the Texas Bull Rope, which had 101 entries.
Okay.
And Dr. Hiram Baker in the WTL finished last 101st. I know I hit Jim Spur on that list. I don't know how I did. Let's see here. Jim Spur. Oh, not a good day for Jim Spur, apparently. Agent 26 was on every single one of these. Jeez.
So I have a quick story for everyone if they want to indulge me here.
Yeah.
So yesterday I was on a conference call at my job, and like the guy running the call was like, he wanted to show us some sort of inspirational video or whatever to get us all pumped up and stuff. So I'm on the call with this other guy. We're sitting there, we're watching it, and the guy's like, "Let me. I can't get the video to work. Let me just. I'm gonna just share my screen on my computer, right?" Unfortunately for him, he shared the wrong screen, and it was his Twitter feed.
Oh, no.
Chock full of porno.
Oh. Was it J.D. Vance?
It wasn't J.D. Vance.
Was it Shannon Sharp?
There wasn't any couches on there. So we were fine, but it's like, there's the HR call, too, and like, he's getting fired.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's no way around that, buddy.
How do you do that?
I don't know. Some of these guys are not very tech savvy, and they're just out of their element a little bit there, and they get flustered because they're live on the call in front of people. Kind of like when I can't get the audio to work, like that's in front of people, and it's slightly embarrassing. So I know exactly how it feels, but again, I'm never gonna share porno by accident. It's not gonna happen.
It'll happen.
It'll happen. Okay. All right, guys. So on that note.
All right. There it is. Remember, folks, different computers.
There it is. All right, my friend. So for Matt Riley, for Ryan Patrick, I'm